Indian Philosophy Introduction. The salient characteristics of Indian philosophy. Indian philosophy is a rich and diverse tapestry that has evolved over millennia, characterized by its unique perspectives, methodologies, and themes. It encompasses a variety of schools of thought, each contributing to a holistic understanding of existence, knowledge, ethics, and the ultimate purpose of life. Here are some salient characteristics that define Indian philosophy. Inclusivity and pluralism. One of the most striking features of Indian philosophy is its inclusivity. Rather than adhering to a single orthodoxy, it embraces a multitude of viewpoints. The six orthodox, Astika, schools, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, and Vedanta coexist alongside heterodox, Nastika, traditions like Buddhism and Jainism. This pluralism reflects a deep respect for diverse paths to knowledge and truth, allowing for a variety of interpretations and practices. The six orthodox schools of Indian philosophy, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, and Vedanta, each offer distinct frameworks for understanding reality, knowledge, and the ultimate purpose of human existence. Together, they form a comprehensive philosophical system that has influenced various aspects of Indian culture, spirituality, and ethics. Nyaya, the logic of knowledge. Nyaya, founded by Gautama, focuses on the principles of logic and epistemology. It is primarily concerned with the means of obtaining valid knowledge, praman, and differentiating between true and false beliefs. Nyaya introduces a rigorous methodology for debate and analysis, emphasizing the importance of inference, testimony, comparison, and perception as ways to acquire knowledge. Its relevance today lies in its contribution to critical thinking and logical reasoning, principles that are foundational in various fields, including science, law, and philosophy. Vaisheshika, the atomistic perspective. Vaisheshika, attributed to Kannada, complements Nyaya by exploring the nature of reality through an atomistic lens. It posits that everything is composed of individual, imperceptible particles, anu, and categorize objects into various classes based on their qualities and actions. This school emphasizes a systematic categorization of knowledge, leading to a better understanding of the physical world. The relevance of Vaisheshika today can be seen in the fields of physics and metaphysics, as its ideas about the fundamental nature of matter resonate with contemporary scientific thought. Sankhya, the dualistic framework. Sankhya, attributed to Kapila, presents a dualistic philosophy that distinguishes between Purusha, consciousness, and Prakriti, matter. This duality serves as the foundation for understanding the universe and human existence. Sankhya outlines a comprehensive cosmology, detailing the evolution of the cosmos and the nature of human suffering. Its relevance is particularly pronounced in the fields of psychology and wellness, as its principles underlie many practices of mindfulness and self-awareness found in modern therapeutic approaches. Yoga, the path to union. Closely related to Sankhya, yoga, as systematized by Patanjali, emphasizes the practical aspects of philosophy through disciplined practices aimed at achieving self-realization and union with the divine. The Yoga Sutras outline methods for meditation, ethical living, and physical postures, asanas, that cultivate mental clarity and spiritual awareness. The relevance of yoga today is immense, as it has transcended cultural boundaries to become a global phenomenon, promoting mental health, physical well-being, and spiritual growth. Mimamsa, the ritualistic framework. Mimamsa, founded by Jaimini, focuses on the interpretation of Vedic texts, emphasizing the importance of ritual, karma, and duty, dharma. This school argues that rituals are essential for maintaining cosmic order and securing prosperity in life. The relevance of Mimamsa can be seen in contemporary discussions around ethics, duty, and the role of tradition in shaping moral frameworks. Its principles can guide individuals in navigating modern dilemmas by grounding them in a sense of responsibility and societal contribution. Vedanta, the philosophical conclusion. Vedanta, primarily based on the Upanishads, explores the ultimate nature of reality, particularly the relationship between Atman, the individual soul, and Brahman, the universal consciousness. Various subschools of Vedanta, such as Advaita, non-dualism, and Dvaita, dualism, offer differing interpretations of this relationship. The relevance of Vedanta lies in its profound spiritual insights and its capacity to address existential questions about identity, purpose, and the nature of the universe. Its teachings continue to inspire seekers and philosophers worldwide, providing a framework for understanding life's deeper meanings. Interconnection of philosophy and religion. Indian philosophy is deeply intertwined with religious thought. Philosophical inquiries often arise from spiritual questions, such as the nature of the self, Atman, the universe, Brahman, and the relationship between the two. Texts like the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and various sutras serve both philosophical and spiritual purposes. This integration leads to a system where ethical conduct and spiritual practice are seen as essential components of philosophical inquiry. The interconnection of philosophy and religion in Indian philosophy is a hallmark of its rich intellectual tradition. Unlike the often separate realms of philosophical inquiry and religious practice found in many Western traditions, Indian thought integrates these domains, creating a holistic framework for understanding existence, ethics, and the ultimate purpose of life. Philosophy as a spiritual inquiry. In Indian philosophy, philosophical inquiry often arises from spiritual questions. Texts such as the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita serve both as philosophical treatises and religious scriptures, addressing profound existential queries like the nature of the self, Atman, the universe, Brahman, and the relationship between the two. This dual purpose emphasizes that philosophical reasoning is not merely an intellectual exercise but a means to achieve spiritual insight and liberation, moksha. The role of dharma. Central to many Indian philosophical systems is the concept of dharma, or righteous duty. Dharma encompasses moral and ethical guidelines that govern individual behavior in accordance with cosmic order. Schools like Mimamsa explore the importance of rituals and duties as means to maintain societal harmony and spiritual growth. This intertwining of ethics and religion reflects a worldview where philosophical reflection informs moral conduct, and vice versa, encouraging individuals to live a life aligned with higher principles. Metaphysics and cosmology. Indian philosophy delves into metaphysical questions about reality, often framing these inquiries within religious contexts. For instance, Sankhya distinguishes between Purusha, consciousness, and Prakriti, matter, offering a dualistic framework that underpins many spiritual practices. This metaphysical inquiry influences religious beliefs about the soul's journey and the ultimate goal of liberation. Similarly, Vedanta examines the relationship between Atman and Brahman, emphasizing the realization of oneness with the divine as the highest spiritual achievement. Practices of yoga and meditation. The interconnection between philosophy and religion is evident in practices such as yoga and meditation. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali outline a philosophical framework that guides spiritual practices aimed at self-realization. These practices are not merely physical but deeply philosophical, requiring a profound understanding of the mind, consciousness, and the nature of reality. This blend of philosophical rigor and spiritual practice allows individuals to cultivate inner peace and enlightenment, demonstrating the practical applications of philosophical ideas. Ethics and spiritual growth. Ethics in Indian philosophy often arises from religious principles, where moral conduct is seen as essential for spiritual advancement. Schools like Buddhism emphasize the Noble Eightfold Path, which integrates ethical living with philosophical understanding. The emphasis on virtues such as compassion, non-violence, ahimsa, and truth, satya, reflects a commitment to moral living as a pathway to spiritual liberation. This ethical dimension fosters a sense of responsibility towards oneself and society, blurring the lines between philosophical thought and religious practice. Contemporary relevance. The interconnection of philosophy and religion in Indian thought continues to resonate in contemporary society. As individuals seek meaning and purpose in a complex world, the philosophical insights and spiritual practices of Indian philosophy offer valuable guidance. The emphasis on introspection, ethical living, and interconnectedness serves as a foundation for addressing modern challenges, promoting well-being and a deeper understanding of life's purpose. Focus on liberation, moksha. The ultimate goal in many Indian philosophical systems is moksha, or liberation from the cycle of birth and death, samsara. This emphasis on liberation shapes the philosophical discourse, leading to a focus on understanding the nature of suffering, desire, and ignorance. Schools like Buddhism explore the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path as a means to achieve enlightenment, while Vedanta discusses the realization of the self's unity with the divine. Emphasis on experience and intuition. Indian philosophy places significant value on personal experience and intuitive understanding. Unlike Western philosophies that often prioritize rationalism and empirical evidence, many Indian traditions advocate for experiential knowledge as a pathway to truth. Practices like meditation, yoga, and self-inquiry are encouraged to attain insights that transcend intellectual reasoning, emphasizing a direct connection with the ultimate reality. Ethical and moral framework. Ethics is a central theme in Indian philosophy, often framed within the context of dharma, or righteous duty. Each individual's responsibilities may vary according to their role in society, varna, and their stage of life, ashrama. Philosophers like Mahatma Gandhi integrated these concepts into modern ethical frameworks, emphasizing non-violence, ahimsa, and truth, satya, as foundational principles. Metaphysical inquiry. Indian philosophy engages deeply in metaphysical questions about the nature of reality. The distinctions between the material, prakriti, and the spiritual, purusha, as well as the exploration of concepts like maya, illusion, and tattva, truth, reflect a nuanced understanding of existence. These metaphysical inquiries are not merely academic but are often tied to practical concerns about how to live a meaningful life. Introduction to Vedas and Upanishads. The Vedas are the oldest and most authoritative scriptures of Hinduism, comprising a vast body of knowledge that has profoundly influenced Indian culture, spirituality, and philosophy. Traditionally, they are classified into four main texts: Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharvaveda. Each Veda has unique characteristics, purposes, and significance, serving as a cornerstone for the spiritual and ritual practices of Hinduism. Types of Vedas. Rigveda, the oldest of the Vedas, the Rigveda consists of 1028 hymns, suktas, dedicated to various deities, including Agni, fire, Indra, thunder, and Varuna, cosmic order. The hymns are written in a poetic form and are primarily focused on praising the gods and seeking their blessings. Samaveda, known as the Veda of melodies, the Samaveda consists largely of chants and melodies derived from the Rigveda. Its primary purpose is to provide musical notations for the performance of rituals, particularly in the context of sacrifices. The Samaveda emphasizes the importance of sound and music in spiritual practice. Yajurveda, the Yajurveda serves as a practical manual for rituals and sacrifices. It contains prose mantras and instructions for performing yajnas, sacrificial rites. The text is divided into two parts: the Shukla, white, Yajurveda, which is more systematic, and the Krishna, black, Yajurveda, which includes a mix of hymns and prose. Its focus is on the correct execution of rituals and understanding their significance. Atharvaveda, the Atharvaveda is distinct from the other three Vedas, encompassing a broader range of topics, including spells, incantations, and philosophical discussions. It addresses everyday concerns such as health, prosperity, and protection from evil, reflecting the practical aspects of life. The Atharvaveda incorporates both ritualistic and philosophical elements, making it a unique text within the Vedic corpus. Characteristics of the Vedas. The Vedas are characterized by their depth and complexity. They are written in an ancient form of Sanskrit, rich in metaphors and symbolic language. Each Veda consists of four parts: Sanhitas, hymns; Brahmanas, ritual instructions; Aranyakas, theological discussions; and Upanishads, philosophical teachings. This structure reflects a comprehensive approach to spirituality, encompassing ritual, philosophy, and ethics. The Vedas are also noted for their oral transmission. For centuries, they were preserved and passed down through generations by learned scholars, Brahmins, who committed them to memory. This oral tradition highlights the importance of precise pronunciation and intonation in Vedic recitation, reinforcing the belief that the sound of the words holds intrinsic power. Purpose of the Vedas. The primary purpose of the Vedas is to guide rituals and spiritual practices that foster a harmonious relationship between humans and the divine. They serve as manuals for sacrificial rites, providing detailed instructions on how to invoke deities and achieve desired outcomes, such as prosperity, health, and spiritual liberation. Beyond ritual, the Vedas also seek to explore profound philosophical questions about existence, the nature of reality, and the self. The Upanishads, in particular, delve into metaphysical concepts such as Brahman, ultimate reality, and Atman, individual soul, offering insights that transcend mere ritual practice. Significance of the Vedas. The Vedas hold immense significance in Hinduism and beyond. They are regarded as Shruti, meaning that which is heard, underscoring their divine origin. The teachings contained within the Vedas form the foundation of Hindu beliefs, ethics, and practices. They influence various aspects of Indian life, including art, music, literature, and philosophy. Moreover, the Vedas have laid the groundwork for subsequent spiritual texts and movements, such as the Puranas and the Bhagavad Gita, contributing to the evolution of Indian thought. Their teachings continue to inspire and guide seekers on their spiritual journeys, reinforcing the idea that understanding and practicing dharma, righteousness, leads to spiritual fulfillment and liberation. Upanishads. The Upanishads are ancient Indian texts that explore philosophical concepts and spiritual ideas, forming the concluding part of the Vedic literature. While there are numerous Upanishads, here is a list of the most widely recognized ones, often categorized by their respective Vedas. Rigveda Upanishads. Aitareya Upanishad. The Aitareya Upanishad, part of the Rigveda, explores the nature of the self, Atman, and its relationship with the universe, Brahman. It addresses fundamental questions of existence, creation, and consciousness, emphasizing the realization of the self's divine essence as a path to liberation and spiritual enlightenment. Kaushitki Upanishad. The Kaushitki Upanishad, part of the Rigveda, focuses on the nature of the self, Atman, and its connection to the ultimate reality, Brahman. It presents teachings on the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, emphasizing the importance of knowledge and meditation for achieving liberation and understanding one's true essence. Samaveda Upanishads. Chandogya Upanishad. The Chandogya Upanishad, part of the Samaveda, explores profound philosophical concepts such as the nature of reality, the self, Atman, and the universe, Brahman. It includes teachings on meditation, sound, nada, and the significance of rituals, emphasizing the pursuit of knowledge and the unity of all existence for spiritual liberation. Jabla Upanishad. The Jabla Upanishad, a minor text within the Samaveda, focuses on the nature of the self, Atman, and the importance of knowledge and meditation for spiritual realization. It discusses the relationship between the individual soul and the universal spirit, emphasizing the quest for liberation and understanding one's true essence. Kena Upanishad. The Kena Upanishad, part of the Samaveda, addresses the nature of consciousness and the ultimate reality, Brahman. Through a dialogue between a seeker and a teacher, it explores the concept of who or what is behind perception and understanding, emphasizing that true knowledge transcends intellectual grasping and is experiential. Yajurveda Upanishads. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, one of the largest Upanishads, explores profound philosophical themes such as the nature of reality, Brahman, and the self, Atman. It presents dialogues on creation, the significance of meditation, and the concept of non-duality, emphasizing the realization of the self's unity with the ultimate reality for liberation. Isha Upanishad. The Isha Upanishad emphasizes the interconnection of the self, Atman, and the universe, Brahman. It advocates for living in harmony with the world while recognizing the divine presence in all aspects of life. The text explores themes of knowledge, detachment, and the importance of understanding the true nature of reality. Taittiriya Upanishad. The Taittiriya Upanishad, part of the Yajurveda, delves into the nature of the self, Atman, and the layers of existence, including the physical, vital, mental, and blissful sheaths. It emphasizes the significance of knowledge, ethical living, and the pursuit of joy, guiding seekers towards spiritual fulfillment and ultimate liberation. Maitrayani Upanishad. The Maitrayani Upanishad, associated with the Yajurveda, explores the nature of the self, Atman, and its relationship to the ultimate reality, Brahman. It emphasizes knowledge and meditation as paths to understanding, while discussing various philosophical concepts, including the cycles of existence and the importance of ethical living for spiritual growth. Shvetashvatra Upanishad, the Shvetashvatra Upanishad, part of the Yajurveda, focuses on the nature of the ultimate reality, Brahman, and the self, Atman. It discusses concepts such as meditation, the interplay of consciousness and matter, and the importance of devotion. The text emphasizes seeking knowledge for liberation and understanding the divine presence. Satyayana Upanishad, the Satyayana Upanishad explores the relationship between the self, Atman, and ultimate truth, Brahman. It emphasizes the pursuit of knowledge and ethical living as pathways to understanding reality. The text encourages seekers to realize the inherent divinity within themselves, fostering a deep connection with the cosmos and the principles of truth. Atharvaveda Upanishads. Mandukya Upanishad, the Mandukya Upanishad, part of the Atharvaveda, examines the nature of reality through the symbolism of the syllable Om. It describes the four states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and the transcendent state of Turiya. This text emphasizes the unity of the self, Atman, with the ultimate reality, Brahman. Atharvasirsha, the Atharvasirsha Upanishad, associated with the Atharvaveda, focuses on the significance of the syllable Om and its connection to the supreme reality, Brahman. It explores meditation, the nature of the self, Atman, and the path to spiritual knowledge, emphasizing the importance of understanding and realizing one's divine essence for liberation. Prashna Upanishad, the Prashna Upanishad, part of the Atharvaveda, presents a dialogue between a seeker and a teacher, addressing 6 fundamental questions about the nature of existence, the self, Atman, and the universe, Brahman. It emphasizes the importance of knowledge, meditation, and understanding the interconnectedness of all life for spiritual growth. What is the origin of the universe? What is the nature of the self, Atman? What is the role of prana, life force? What happens after death? How does knowledge lead to liberation, moksha? What is the ultimate purpose of life? Mundaka Upanishad, the Mundaka Upanishad explores the nature of ultimate reality, Brahman, and the self, Atman, through a dialogue between a seeker and a teacher. It distinguishes between higher knowledge, para, and lower knowledge, apara, emphasizing the importance of spiritual understanding and meditation as pathways to realizing one's true essence and achieving liberation. Katha Upanishad, the Katha Upanishad presents a dialogue between the seeker Nachiketa and Yam, the god of death. It explores profound themes such as the nature of the self, Atman, the concept of immortality, and the distinction between the transient world and eternal truth, emphasizing the importance of self-knowledge and spiritual realization. Additional Upanishads. There are also many minor Upanishads that are less commonly cited but still hold philosophical significance. Some of these include Bhagavad Gita, considered an Upanishad in its own right by some; Narada Parivrajka Upanishad, Narusinghatapaniya Upanishad, Tripura Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad. The total number of Upanishads is traditionally said to be 108, but many are lesser known and less frequently referenced in philosophical discourse. These texts cover various themes, including the nature of reality, the self, and the ultimate purpose of life, and they are foundational to various schools of Indian philosophy. 4 Vedas and important Vedic concepts. The Vedas, the oldest scriptures of Hinduism, serve as foundational texts that encompass a rich array of philosophical and spiritual concepts. Composed in ancient Sanskrit, these texts articulate various aspects of life, reality, and the cosmos. Understanding the important Vedic concepts provides insights into Hindu philosophy and the spiritual practices that have shaped Indian culture over millennia. Here are some key Vedic concepts. Brahman. Brahman is the ultimate reality in Vedic thought, often described as the cosmic spirit that pervades the universe. It is formless, infinite, and transcends all attributes and limitations. Brahman is the source of all existence, and understanding this concept is crucial for realizing the unity of the self, Atman, with the cosmos. The Upanishads, which form the concluding part of the Vedas, emphasize that realizing one's identity with Brahman leads to liberation, moksha. Atman. Atman refers to the individual self or soul, which is considered eternal and divine. The Vedas teach that the Atman is not separate from Brahman, rather, it is a reflection of the universal spirit. This concept emphasizes the idea of non-duality, where understanding the true nature of the self leads to spiritual awakening and liberation. The journey of self-discovery and understanding the Atman is a central theme in Vedic philosophy. Dharma. Dharma is a key Vedic concept that refers to the moral order, duty, and righteousness. It encompasses the ethical responsibilities and conduct expected of individuals based on their age, caste, and stage of life, ashrama. The Vedas assert that living in accordance with one's dharma leads to harmony in society and spiritual progress. Adhering to dharma is essential for maintaining cosmic order and achieving fulfillment in life. Karma. Karma is the law of cause and effect, emphasizing that every action has consequences that shape an individual's future experiences. In Vedic thought, good actions, punya, lead to positive outcomes, while harmful actions, papa, result in negative consequences. Understanding karma encourages individuals to act responsibly and ethically, as their choices directly influence their spiritual journey and future births in the cycle of reincarnation, samsara. Moksha. Moksha represents the ultimate goal of human existence in Vedic philosophy, liberation from the cycle of birth and death, samsara. Achieving moksha involves realizing the oneness of Atman and Brahman, transcending the limitations of the material world, and attaining eternal bliss and knowledge. The Vedas outline various paths to moksha, including knowledge, jnana, devotion, bhakti, and selfless action, karma yoga. Rituals and sacrifice, yajna. Rituals, particularly yajnas, sacrifices, are significant in Vedic practice. These rituals are performed to honor deities, invoke blessings, and maintain cosmic order. The Vedas outline precise instructions for various rituals, emphasizing the importance of intention, purity, and correct execution. Rituals serve as a means to connect the material and spiritual realms, fostering a sense of community and spiritual responsibility. Sound and mantra. The Vedas highlight the significance of sound and mantra in spiritual practice. The vibration of sacred sounds is believed to have transformative power, facilitating a connection with the divine. Chanting mantras is an essential part of rituals and meditation, as it aligns the practitioner with cosmic energies and enhances spiritual awareness. Based on the video, answer the following questions. Describe some of the salient characteristics of Indian philosophy. What are the 6 orthodox schools of Indian philosophy? What is the role of dharma in Indian philosophical context? Briefly explain the significance of yoga and meditation. Write a short note on focus on liberation, moksha. Write a brief notes about various types of Vedas. Write a short note on characteristics, purpose and importance of Vedas. Write about any 5 Upanishads. Write a short notes on important Vedic concepts mentioned below. Brahman, Atman, Dharma, Karma, Moksha, Yajna, Mantra.